attack on America alone.
He says it's something that we all have to fight. And what's interesting is that all the political correspondents expected this administration's biggest foreign policy problem to be whether or not Britain was going to go into the euro. It doesn't look like it at this stage. In one day, the whole landscape has changed. And here's Tony Blair saying, this is a problem for all of us. It's something all of us have to take on board. And it's really going to run right the way through British policy making at every level, as well as European policy making. Jack Straw's on his way to Brussels now to talk to European leaders. At this stage, it doesn't look as though there's much disagreement amongst them. They seem to believe, as Tony Blair said, that it's something they have to fight united.
Thank you, Joe. Already a picture is emerging of at least some of the victims, and it's being reported this morning that passengers were ordered by the hijackers to telephone their families on their mobiles and tell them that they were about to die. One man, Mark Bingham, was on one of the planes that was hijacked. Before the aircraft he was on smashed into the ground in Pennsylvania, he called his mother on his mobile phone. Just one family's story among thousands. Here's Harry Smith.
Public Relations Executive Mark Bingham was one of the passengers on board the 757 which crashed near Pittsburgh. He'd boarded the flight at New Jersey for a business trip to San Francisco. In the last minutes of his life, he telephoned his sister and mother from the stricken aircraft to say goodbye.
He just said, I want to let you all know that I love you very, very much in case I don't see you again.
He said that?
That the plane has been taken over by hijackers. And then I said, well, we love you very much too, Mark. Let me go get your mother.
And he said, I want to let you know that I love you. And I'm flying. I think he said I'm in the air. I'm calling you on the airphone of the airplane.
In his seat.
I presume so. He said, I want you to know I love you very much, and I'm calling you from the plane. We've been taken over. There are 3 men that say they have a bomb. And I said, well, who are they, Mark? And he repeated that he loved me, and he said, I don't think he said, I don't know who they are. He became distracted there as if someone was speaking to him, and he said it's something to the effect of, it's true, and then the phone went dead.
Minutes later, his plane crashed, killing all 45 passengers and crew. One of the air stewardesses aboard that flight was also able to call her husband, who heard screams in the background before the line went dead. On another of the hijacked planes was Barbara Olson, wife of the US Solicitor General Theodore. It was her flight which crashed into the Pentagon. Minutes before the impact, Mrs. Olson called her husband and described how the hijackers had taken over the plane armed with knives. Above New York, another passenger called his mother minutes before his flight crashed into the World Trade Center. He'd been traveling with his wife and their 2-year-old daughter. His mother said later the call gave her the consolation of knowing they all went down together. Harry Smith, ITN.
In New York and Washington this morning, emergency medical services are stretched to the limit. Hospitals are at breaking point with trolleys queuing up as people wait for treatment. Appeal